So after everything Homelander has done in The Boys, seeing him spare someone's life feels genuinely shocking now. That's exactly why one moment in season 5 episode 6 caught so many fans off guard. Instead of killing the legend during their tense confrontation, Homelander surprisingly let him walk away alive. And honestly, the reason says a lot about how twisted Homelander's psychology really is. The episode begins with and the boys tracking down the legend for information about bomb site and the mysterious V1. Since the legend used to be Ward's senior vice president of hero management, he knows a lot of dangerous secrets and hidden information. Reluctantly, he helps the group before trying to distance himself from the situation entirely. But then Homelander shows up looking for the boy's hideout. Knowing there's almost no chance he survives the encounter, the legend stops pretending and basically accepts death. Instead of lying or desperately begging for mercy, he decides to speak honestly to Homelander. He gives him a surprisingly emotional speech about how every soup eventually gets pushed out of the spotlight and how fame never lasts forever. And weirdly enough, that honesty is exactly what saves him. One thing the boys has consistently shown over the years is that Homelander actually respects people who refuse to fear him completely. Most characters around him either worship him or panic whenever he appears, so when someone speaks openly without trying to manipulate him, it stands out immediately. The legend doesn't falter Homeland in a fake way either. He genuinely acknowledges his talent and even shows a strange level of sympathy towards him. Homelander can tell the conversation is real, and because of that, he backs down instead of snapping. It's actually something we have seen before throughout the series. Characters like Billy Butcher, Stan Edgar, and even Hughie Campbell have survived confrontation with Homelander largely because they stood their ground instead of immediately submitting to him. Homelander is so overwhelmingly powerful that almost nobody treats him like a normal person. Ironically, the people who survive him the longest are usually the ones willing to speak honestly to his face. But there's another deeper reason the legend survives. Homelander sees him as a father figure. One of the defining part of Homelander's character has always been his desperate need of approval from older authority figures. Because he never had a real childhood or loving parents, he constantly looks for validation from people he views as mentor or father figures. That's why his relationship with Stan Edgar has always been so complicated. Even when Edgar insults him or treats him coldly, Homelander still craves his respect. The same dynamic appeared again this season with Soldier Boy despite their violent history together. The legend unintentionally taps into that exact emotional weakness during their conversation. When he sincerely tells Homelander that's talent, it hits differently because Homelander rarely hears genuine praise from older men he respects. For a brief moment, Homelander gets what he always wanted: honest recognition instead of fear. That doesn't make him redeemed or merciful, obviously. This is the same person who killed Firecracker just one episode earlier, despite her loyalty to him. But the legend survives because he approaches Homelander in one way that consistently works, by treating him like a damaged human being instead of an unstoppable god. And honestly, that may end up being one of the most important insights into Homelander's character before the series finally ends. Thank you for watching. Bye.